Bushart radio show. Today we are going to show you how to do a tax return.
First, we're going to do a 1040 EC, which is for single taxpayers and no dependents. First, we're going to look at the W-2, and you need to look at how much the person made and how much they took from the person. Whatever there is in box 1, you put it in line 1 on your tax return. In this case, the person doesn't have any taxable interest, so you just leave it blank. And the person doesn't have any unemployment compensation either, so you just leave it blank and just add the lines like it says in line 4. If no one can claim you as a dependent, you're gonna put in 10,300 in line 5. This is the number that the government gives you to lower your income, so you pay less taxes. In this case, you subtract 10,300 from 10,846, and that's gonna be your taxable income.
On line 7, we're going to look on the W-2. We're going to find the federal income tax withheld, $947.10, and write it down. In this case, this person doesn't have earned income credit, so this is a 0. Now you have to subtract line 7 and 8, which is $947. Now that we know the person's taxable income, which is $546, we're going to the tax table and look for $546, which is between $525 and $550. Since the person is single, the tax will be $54, which is where you add it on line 10. Now that we found how much withheld and how much taxes she has to pay, we just have to find the difference by putting it on line 13A, subtracting. 947 subtract by 54, which is 893. In this case, this is how you do the 1040 easy. As you can see, she gets $893 back.
Now we're gonna do a 1040A, which is a tax return for people with dependents.
In this case, we have two people, Susan and Alan. So what we're gonna basically do is put all their information together.
In this case, they're married, filing jointly, and they have 2 kids. So I'm gonna check the married, filing jointly box, and then I'm gonna write their kids' names and write how many dependents the person has, which means the person is counting himself, his spouse, and his children. That means there's 4 dependents.
In this case, they're both filing jointly. We're going to add both of their wages, which is $16,500 and $446. And our total is $20,946. After reading more information, I have found out that they have taxable interest of $750, and that amount goes on line 8A. Since I found out that they have nothing else here, everything else is 0, and all I have to do is add line 7 and line 8A. Which is equal to 21,696, which goes on line 15. After looking at the information, I've seen that they have an RA deduction of $4,000, which goes on line 17. I have added the IRA deduction, all the deductions together, and I have ended up with $4,000. I am going to subtract my adjustments from my total income, and that will give me my adjusted gross income. Which is equal to $696.
The number we put on line 21, we put it on line 22 as well. Now, for line 24, we're gonna look for the standard deduction for this couple. And since they're married filing jointly, it's 12,600, and we just put that in line 24. So now we're gonna subtract line 22 minus line 24, and that's going to be. Oh no, I messed up. 17, 5,096. So now we need to multiply 4,050 by the exceptions, which is on line 6D that we did first, and the number is 4. So when you multiply that, you get 16,200, and that's what you put on line 26. In this case, the exemptions is more than the actual taxable income, so the answer is gonna be 0. So if taxable income is 0, the tax is going to be 0 too. Everything else is 0, so the total tax is gonna be 0. For line 40, we need to add the federal income tax withheld from both taxpayers, and that's going to be 2,569. So as you can see, this couple didn't owe any tax. They overpaid tax, so they get refunded that amount of money. This is how you prepare a 1040 EC and a 1048.
Thank you for watching Eastside's radio show. Hi, I'm Marie Galera. Welcome to Eastside's radio show. Today I'm going to teach you a little bit about stock. Stocks are when an investor buys a share of a company. After learning about stocks, these are the stocks I picked. My first choice was Apple because the stock is really strong, is a really strong company, and I see it growing every year by coming out with new products such as watches, cell phones, and laptops. My other choice was Samsung. I chose this company because it sells every year and it comes up with great ideas for their phones and TVs and other electronics. With $1,500, you actually own one share of the company. The next stock I chose was Nike because it is $55.46, and I chose this company because it comes up with great ideas for their sneakers, sweaters, jackets, sweats, and other sport accessories. The next stock I chose was Adidas, and the price is $176.60. And I chose Adidas because the company is growing today, especially they're working with Kanye West with his new clothing line, Yeezys. And I also chose Snapchat, which is $20 right here and 8 cents, because they are growing a lot today and it's really popular with the filters and, chatting with your friends. Thank you. I hope I helped you with the stocks that are very popular today. That's enough.
Hola, bienvenidos a Inside Radio, y hoy en clase de Miss Bushart vamos a estar hablando sobre el planeta Tierra. La contaminación es uno de los problemas más importantes por lo que estaba pasando en nuestro mundo y surge cuando se produce un desequilibrio a causa de cualquier sustancia al medio ambiente. O sea, cada vez que nosotros, un ejemplo, vamos caminando y tiramos basura o algo así, estamos contribuyendo a que el planeta se esté destruyendo, a que la contaminación, la muerte de los animales, las plantas, entre otras cosas.
El planeta Tierra, existen contaminaciones para la existencia de la vida, siendo estas una atmósfera compuesta por una capa de aire y uno de y unos elementos como oxígeno, nitrógeno, vapor de agua y dióxido de carbono.
El planeta Tierra. Los movimientos de la Tierra y las condiciones en las que se encuentra en el sistema solar inciden en una serie de fenómenos increíbles y naturales: erupciones volcánicas, tormentas, terremotos, estaciones, eclipses, mareas y muchos más.
En conclusión, nuestras resolución es que debemos de tomar conciencia de las cosas que estamos haciendo y cuidar más nuestro planeta Tierra, porque es nuestro hogar, el lugar donde vivimos, donde tenemos los lugares para construir nuestras casas, cosechar nuestros alimentos. Por eso debemos de recapacitar y no permitir que nuestro planeta se siga deteriorando, porque estamos destruyendo nuestro hogar, el lugar que nos brinda la vida y las cosas necesarias para sobrevivir. Debemos de decir no a la contaminación y no permitir que nuestro hogar se siga destruyendo por nuestro mal manejo. De nuestras actitudes y acciones dependerá el legado que le dejaremos a nuestras culturas y futuras generaciones. La tierra es nuestro hábitat diario, así que cuidémosla todos los días. Y recuerden, nosotros no necesitamos a la tierra nos necesita a nosotros.
No.
Muchas gracias por formar parte de la clase de Miss Bushart y nos vemos en otro de Inside Radio.